Kids nowadays they won't know that. But yeah, like I am completely gone off this edible. I thought it was going to be, just it'll get me, and I know I said on the last show that I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
but technically, I mean, it's true. I haven't touched nature's blessings. I haven't done that, but I have done the edible. I think will be all right. So
That's fine.
I haven't smoked until my eyes turn pink yet. So
That's good. I mean, that's probably better for you.
yeah,
Um, it's cool because like I totally ate fast food tonight, and I just don't even care. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this Burger King Impossible Whopper, and I'm gonna get
Mm,
onion rings. And look, who cares? Not me. Nope.
that
Nope.
is
Nope. Nope. Nope.
right now you're talking about food, and now I just want to go to the diner and
Oh
just and just spend like
god.
$30 in food or some shit. Like
And
I
then
just
just leave it in my fridge, and
yeah,
then I'll give it to Tall Dad.
yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, as long as he enjoys it, that's fine with me. That's fine.
So this is what episode 66.
Val, I don't fucking know. It's crazy. Like I should know this shit, but I think we're at 65. I kind
Um,
of I don't know. You know what? From now on,
I
let's
was.
not let's not even say numbers. Let's just we're this is just a new show. We're here. We're 65 episodes or 64 episodes in deep or some shit. So
All right. No, I like that we number them, and yet we never know until like honestly, every time I see the podcast come out and
yeah.
I see that we haven't updated, I'm like, oh, cool. So it was episode. Oh shit, it was actually episode.
Yeah, yeah, and that's all from I think stems to me being under the influence a lot of times. But I'm hating this week because Apple has been kind of hating on Schedule for One Fall, so
Okay.
I have to resubmit the podcast. I don't know why. Like I was, when I did last week and upload it, like it was everywhere. Spotify, Google, all the places
Yeah.
that people get it, but it wasn't on Apple Music. So I'm like, okay, well not Apple Music, but Apple Podcasts. I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? So I emailed them. And I was like, oh yeah, your artwork for your thing has to be a certain dimension. So I'm like, okay. So I went and changed it to the dimension, even though I never changed it to begin with. It's the same shit that's always been up there,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep rejecting it. So
Oh.
I want to have to go and talk to some of the big boys, and everything will be back to normal. But we're still on Spotify and everywhere else, whatever. But
Okay.
I'm gonna get down to the Apple nitty gritty because like Podbean like is a lot of fucking money. So for all the guys that want a podcast and shit, you fat neck beards, you gotta have at least $130 to do this shit. That's like minimum if you really want to do this podcast and shit. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
rambling
okay.
because I'm not.
It's okay. But welcome to maybe episode 66 question mark. You know what
Yeah.
I just did that whole time that you were ranting? I
What's
just
that?
put a sensational sherry sticker on my giant reusable water bottle.
See, that's a good move right there.
I know, dude. She's such a baby babe. She's holding like a mirrored heart,
Uh huh.
and it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
Oh,
I have her on my giant purple reusable. Came with a hippie straw. It's called the Beast. It's like a stainless steel insanity that's like 30 ounces of hydration.
uh
Loving
huh.
it.
Yes, yes, that is a good move. I was gonna ask you, like, we need to get together because I need the Ahmed Johnson doll. Like, I need to add it to my very small wrestling collection right now. But
And
and
I mean, I'm going Monday to Orlando just for a couple days, but
of
I gotta
course you are
look. The day ends in Y, so why not go to Disney? Okay.
right.
And
That's
you know what I'm gonna wear though? You know what I got?
what you got.
I want to say from Lapel, yeah. Also, um, the WCW Disney crew shirt when they like filmed
Oh
WCW.
wow.
Yeah, like they like made a limited edition run of them, so I just ordered it. So I think that's what I'm gonna wear Monday when I go to the parks and see what happens.
A real
But
good.
yeah, but I also got to give you that tight ass Nation of Domination,
Yes, I
and then
need
I
that. Oh my god, because I
yeah
kind of wanna replace it. Oh, because I have my Chicago Bulls jacket and I have my all in pin on it. Now I want to take the all in pin off and I want to represent for my people. And we'll get to that. I have a good reason why I want to take my all in pin off.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
um, but yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Shit's getting weird already. Episode 66 in the mix.
What if it's not 66? What if it's 65? Then, like,
Then guess what? We're gonna all make it. Oh
yeah, that's
shit.
true.
Yeah, it's 65. Damn.
See,
This
see,
is what happens when I'm not very drunk and doing flumbongos.
yeah. But this week you're off the flambongos. So,
Yeah. But
so
I ate
yeah,
onion rings from Burger King, so
that's
I don't really feel better about myself. I was just like, I had to eat my feelings when the Cubs lost terribly. I just had to
you know what? Fuck the Cubs right now. Look.
look, look.
I know you are a diehard like number.
I'm an
I would say
idiot.
this. You know, I would say this. I would say maybe outside of you, I know maybe two other people that are diehard, like
Oh yeah, I'm an
Cub
idiot.
fans. No, you're not an idiot. It's just this team has. We've been through a lot of shit, and it sucks for me because I don't know why in Chicago, they just. They just automatically think black people are fucking White Sox fans, and I fucking hate the Sox. Like I hate
I
those
don't even hate the
motherfuckers with
White
a.
Sox,
I
but
do
you're
like Tim. I
hilarious.
do like Tim Anderson though. Like I think
Yeah.
he's
Oh, Tim Anderson's boss. How do you not
yeah,
like Tim Anderson?
yeah. But
Like, do
fuck
you
the
like
White Sox.
baseball? You you have to like Tim Anderson.
Yeah, like I like fuck the White Sox. Like I've been a Cubs fan all my life. Like and that's the way it's just gonna be. I just gotta go to the grave with it. Luckily, I was alive to see a World Series happen.
Yeah, dude. My grandma lived and died without seeing a World Series win.
Yeah, and
That's
that
insane.
yeah, that's
She
insane.
she
How
died in like early 90s.
Yeah, and I've known so many like like teachers that I went to school with that passed away throughout the years that were diehard Cubs fans, and they never got to fucking see it. So,
Yeah.
I'm just happy to that we were able to see that, and but fuck
Can
the
I
Cubs.
just okay, I'm not going to agree with that last line. I am happy with the second to last line. But can I just say that one of my favorite human beings on the planet, he ran our scoreboard for damn near 33 years, and the very last flag that he flew at Wrigley Field, he got to put up the W and the L flag depending on whether we won or lost, right?
Yeah,
Was Freddie Washington. And
yeah,
he, myself, and the other scoreboard operator, Daryl Wilson, we all watched the Cubs win the World Series in Cleveland together. And it's like a moment in time that I will absolutely never forget. That summer was so ding dang magical. It's disgusting. But
yeah,
he came to work today. And so I was like, oh, today's going to be a good day. Freddie Washington showed up because he's retired and he's just been
yeah. I heard
fishing.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And he's just amazing. And so he stopped by to see me because that's what he does. And
hmm
I thought today was going to be a little bit more magical because I saw Freddie, but also like, can we just talk about? I got chills today. First
hmm
off, Tony Rizzo dance party returns from the disabled list, right? He had like I'm sorry, the injured reserve list.
hmm
He had like a low grade ankle sprain, which to me just says that he tweaked it and they were just being cautious because he's, you know, Anthony Rizzo. And so they
Yeah,
want to make sure he's healthy and not destroyed in case something was more serious, right?
right.
So they announced that I saw him, they announced him in the lineup and his first at bat, do you know what they played?
What did they play?
I swear to Ditka, I was pouring drinks and I got chills and the hair stood up on the back of my neck and I almost dropped the beer I was pouring because it was the fucking Undertaker's giant dong.
Oh wow. You
And
know
I just looked up and I was like, oh my God, it's the Undertaker. And like, I just happened to be serving two marks in line and all three of us looked at each other like we were pissing our pants in unison.
that is cool that you were serving two marks over a
Yeah.
guy named Mark. Ah, see,
Ooh,
yeah,
I see what you did
yeah,
there.
and
Episode 65.
yeah, and shout out to baseball stadiums that are actually bringing in like these wrestling themes and stuff. Because I know for a while like Daniel Bryan's Yes was all over the place, for a
Mm-hmm.
while. So yeah, it's always cool to see
Well,
sports embrace that.
I gotta say the first Chicago Cub that I recall using any WWE reference was Chris Coughlin. He
Hmm.
not only came out to Sexy Boy,
Great song by the way.
for sure. Speaking of sensational Sherry, but he was also like, no chance in hell.
You
And
know?
then he also, the very first one that he came out to, which legit, I was double pouring a beer and I dropped him, and I was like, I don't even feel bad about it. I think it's because I was pouring two Bud Lights, and I heard the glass break, and I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
hell yeah. I
So
am
if
making,
if you were a Chicago Cubs baseball player, what thing would you come out to?
I mean, clearly Charlotte's.
Yeah,
Or,
I
okay. So, like for WWE, yeah. Like
yeah,
definitely. But I also have Naomi's I'm amazing is
I
like
haven't heard that in
the
a while. Yeah.
oh, girl, I know it's upsetting. I hope she comes back to us soon because I miss her face. And then I also have Asuka's I have those three for my ringtones for excuse me, for my alarm tones. So that way I get my ass moving in the morning because I'm not exactly a morning person, so I need to be motivated. So I have Charlotte's, Naomi's, and Asuka's.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Interesting.
so evidently Braun Strowman was also at Wrigley Field because people were like,
What?
I'm wearing I'm wearing my WrestleMania 8 shirt today, and I got so many compliments from the crew that works at Wrigley with me. And
Hmm.
everybody was like, dude, that's a boss ass shirt. I'm like, yeah, Hulk Hogan. I'm not super stoked that I'm wearing him on my
Yeah,
shirt,
fuck Hogan. Yeah, but it could have
but
been worse. It could have been a WrestleMania 9 shirt. So,
yeah,
so it could have been worse. You know. So
so much
that's not
worse
bad.
actually.
Yeah.
But then I have, Ric Flair and Randy Savage on it also, and Sid Justice. So, so I got so many compliments on it today. And when I was leaving work, people were like, hey, did you see that big guy? I was like, I'm sorry? They were like, you like wrestling? Did you see the big guy? I was like, I mean, I heard
Ryback.
Undertaker. No, that's why I was like, why
The
would
big guy.
Ryback be here?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit.
I guess Braun Strowman was there tonight.
That's crazy and mad random. Like that's
Mm,
like random as shit because I don't. Well, I guess WWE guys like do random shit, but
right,
normally
but
like yeah, like that's mad random though.
so yes and no, because evidently, like when I was downstairs in the checkout room with my bosses, and I was telling them about how my day was, and can I just for one moment beg of all the people that are listening, please, for the love of Ditka, don't be shady. Don't be rude to the person that's making your drinks or your food or parking your car or helping you in a fitting room. Whatever service you are receiving for somebody, be grateful, be
Yeah.
gracious, be polite, be
Hmm.
patient. I had so many twat waffles tonight. I mean,
Uh,
dude, I've never been arrested, but I came close to getting arrested today because, but I also love my job so much, even though sometimes I just want to like jump over the edge myself. Like I love my job, and for the last 15 years, for the most part, I've loved every second of my job. And
uh,
I had so many entitled, like this is where I want to wear a t-shirt and just rip open my work shirt and have them see what I have underneath says I fucking hate white people, because you know what? Like there were so many people that were like, what do you mean I can't have this? What do you mean I can't have that? But thankfully, the Undertaker's entrance theme and all the other little wrestling moments that made me smile, and like little kids, and I had this woman who was so excited to drink a natty light, like a Natter Days, because it's her favorite dessert beer, and so she came up and ordered it for me, and she was like, my dessert beer, like stupid moments like that make my day. And
well,
just the whole,
I will say one thing. I'm glad you said that phrase, not me, and I do not have the soundboard because I'm on my other laptop. So
that's racist.
yeah,
There, I said it. I
yeah.
mean, I shouldn't say I hate white people, because I don't hate all white people. I like myself, even though I'm like
Ain't you
a,
Jewish? I mean,
I
I know it's
am.
a. I know.
Right.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
what
Never
I'm
mind.
saying. Like,
I'm.
I'm also American Indian and I'm Jewish. So, like, yes, I'm not quote unquote a white person, but I'm also Scandinavian and I'm also English and I'm Russian, although Russian Jew. So, like, yeah, white person, sure. But you know what I don't do? I don't treat people like garbage. Oh, God, today was such a garbage day.
Well,
But
I will say
that,
one thing. Like Cubs fans, you got to take them with the good and the bad. There's some
mm,
good, and then there's a lot of fucking. There's a lot
you
of.
know,
Mm.
it's not even Cubs fans so much. It's just human beings in general. Can we remember the part that we're all human and just try being nice for once? Just be polite to the person that's like, dropping your car off at the valet, or the person, like the woman who gave me my onion rings at the Burger King drive-through. You know what I mean? Like, I was like,
Uh-huh.
thank you so much. And she was like, why are you being so nice? I'm like, I really appreciate you, but whatever. Anyway, so
Wow.
uh, when I was telling everybody in the office, they're like, did you really have a lousy day? I'm like, everybody seemed to have had a lousy day. I was like, here's a story. Told him a very long story, which I'm not going to get into. And I was like, the highlight of my day was hearing Undertaker's entrance theme when Anthony Rizzo came back off the DL. And then somebody had said, well, it's because Braun Strowman is here, that big guy. What's his name? I was like, no, not the big guy, but
That's
yes, sure,
crazy.
Braun Strowman. I guess they were doing an interview because WWE debuting on SmackDown on October 2nd.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that.
I
Yeah.
mean, debuting on Fox, so they tied it all in. But Patrick, something that was super huge debut last night. I thought it was awesome. Did you get to watch NXT?
Of course I did. Of course I did.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was a good way to have him return. Um, and I was so mad because of course I watched Monday Night Raw and I saw all these people coming back and I'm like, oh man, like there's only one person missing. And I thought he was still gonna be home, but man, whoa, 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 did they surprise me. So that's really dope, so kudos to the one and only Leo Rush, the man of the hour. And by the way, that was definitely the best match on that NXT card. Um to me, um on their debut show. So it was cool to see him actually be out there in action and who you go against? Arnie Lorcan, I think.
Oni Lorcan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, dude, that was an amazing match. I thought it was super dope. So um, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, well, I'm like, let me see. Let me open up my phone, and see what the hell we got to talk about because I am high out of my mind. So let me go over here to the app and Kablamo. So yeah, so all right, cool. So NXT, of course, debuted on USA. Everyone fucking knows that. And apparently they showed an AEW commercial during that. I'm not
Yeah. Okay. So the thing that I thought was interesting was people were complaining about the commercials all over the wrestling Twitter. And for me, yes, of course, I would love to watch a match start to finish. But then
uh
I think about Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, Bianca Belair. I almost said Banaka, like for Danielle, Banaka
uh
Belair, and Io Shirai. That's a huge match for your
Oh yeah, that was
debut
good.
match
Yeah,
on
they
the
kicked it
USA
off
Network.
strong. Yeah.
First off, props to WWE for putting the ladies first. I was super surprised slash skeptical as to why they put that match first. I was like, did they do this just to be like, look at how diverse we are? Or did they go, no, these are for this top wrestlers, period. And
I
by the
think
end of
it's
the
the
match,
second one.
yes, exactly. But as I got to be honest, as we've seen sometimes, WWE has a tendency to glad hand, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was worried that that's all it was going to be. It was like a short, quick match, but instead it was a really awesome, intense match featuring
Mm-hmm.
four of the best wrestlers, period, regardless of gender. And
Yeah.
so I was thinking about everybody being upset about the commercials. And then I remember watching Candice LeRae win a title shot opportunity against Shayna Baszler. And of course, Baszler's cronies came out. But
Mm,
how do you pay for that show to be on USA? How does this woman
yeah.
get to live her dreams like for a living? You
Yeah.
have to have advertising. Like, I'm sorry, as noted by every person that tried to get free shit from me tonight and try to get me to lose my job and sell drinks after cutoff. Sorry,
Yeah.
super bitter, super
Oh
bitter.
no, no, you're good. No, no,
But
Vin.
you like have to pay for it somehow. And so honestly, the commercials, I didn't mind them one bit because that helped these people live their dreams on USA Network. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for just over 1 million people to see, which it was like 1,007,000 viewers tuned in last night to the debut of NXT on USA. And then, so it's a bummer. But then also in these commercials, there was an AEW on TNT commercial. I was just like, holy shnikes. Like, that shots fired, man.
Yeah,
Shots fired.
that is big, especially on that debut show. But you know what? After the stuff that's happened this week with a lot of things that those guys have been talking about, they're going to need all the fucking help they can get because um Goldust's little brother and Mr. Omega, they are, I feel like they're just doing too much. And like Kenny Omega had the quote today that the NXT guys would be the openers in if they were in AEW
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah,
And
to
it's,
his main event match. I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah, and a couple NXT guys fired back at that, and they hit him with some truth, and it's like, okay, now relax, buddy, like calm down, and then of course Cody always taking shots here and there, and the wrestling fan in me wants AEW to succeed, but come on, you don't have to put down the NXT performers because
Right.
they have a great track record of putting out great shows. Hell, even NXT UK. I mean, shit. I said on this very show that NXT UK, in my opinion, was better than All Out, and I could have easily said All Out was the best show because number one, it's in our home, like our backyard, not our hometown, because it's not in Chicago.
No,
But
not even. Don't even say that out loud.
yeah, but it's in our hometown.
Like,
Or
yeah.
it's
It's. I mean,
and
it's in
right.
our area.
Right.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
So, we can easily dick ride and say that, but I thought NXT UK was way better, and I really want them to succeed, but they can do like Kenny Omega, like you're the executive vice president or whatever the fuck title we got. You don't got to do that. And I don't know who it is that's over there like pumping them up or whatever, but it would be really sad that they do all this shit talking and stuff, all these little jabs every Hunter Horse Hemsley and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like NXT is really established already, like for real, like their takeovers have always been amazing. And AEW so far has put out, they didn't Double or Nothing was good, Fighter Fest was kind of a dud, but it was okay still. uh All Out was okay. So it's like, once those guys start putting on like great shows, like from beginning to end, not just Lucha Brothers and fucking Young Bucks or
Right.
Private Party and like those type of matches, like from top to bottom, it needs to be great. But I'm excited for it. So but they could have kept the shots out the way. But I heard they announced the name, or I guess the name leaked of what the show is going to be called. And it's no surprise. We all fucking knew it was going to be called Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Right.
So it's like, they had the trademarks for it for almost a year now. So,
Yeah, I
but
mean, well, it was interesting because I thought it originally had Tuesday Night Dynamite was originally what I had heard,
yeah,
but that was before the SmackDown move to Fox got announced as official. So I
yeah,
think that they went to Wednesday to be like, oh, let's not go up against SmackDown.
right.
And I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited about it. Vinnie Mac and I are going to um, we actually are going to go to Nashville
Oh
to
man.
see, yeah, in November because one of our good friends, Scotty Barker, who is a huge mark, and I guarantee you would have flipped his shit when he heard the Undertaker's giant dong today. Like he and his wife and the new baby boy moved to Nashville, so he bought
Oh,
a block of tickets for the AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite taping, and he had a
oh, that's
couple left over and said, "Hey Vince, if you know anybody that would want them." So naturally, I was like, the answer is us. It's in
yeah.
November, which means I'm guaranteed to not be working. It's on a Wednesday, which means I won't be at the greatest bar in the neighborhood, Nisei Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have Monday through Thursday off. Let's go to Nashville. Have you ever been there, Vince? And he's like, no. So Vinnie Mac and I are taking this, riot act on the road, and
That
we're
is,
gonna go. Yeah, yeah,
and
we're gonna
also shout out to you. This is the second time you said it. Undertaker's big dong.
giant dog.
Yeah. All right. So we gotta calm down. We don't want to get kicked off the air. So shout out to the Undertaker though.
Boop. Shout
No.
out to the Undertaker's. Boop.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. Yeah.
What am
But
I
that's
supposed to
good.
call it?
Gong, I
Yeah, it's
guess.
a
Or
dong. That's a sound. I'm not talking about Joey Ryan. That's a
yeah.
sound that a gong makes. A
Yeah. And
gong
shout out
makes
to
a
his
dong.
shirt too. Shout out to his shirt that he just put out. It's not as good as his Rest in Penis shirt that I wanted, but I will say this. I like it, but I kind of don't like it because I know he's making fun of NXT. They're which in all right, they shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have rushed all those shirts out because
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of
they look
those shirts
terrible.
are terrible.
Also, Oni Lorcan didn't even get a shirt, and he's been on NXT longer than like 2/3 of the people that got shirts. And he is, if you're not following Oni
Oh,
Lorcan
he's the
on Twitter,
best.
you need to fix your shit because, all right, maybe I'm partial because Tall Dad texts and emails everything in all caps, and people are like, is he yelling? Is he mad at you? I'm like, no, he's just tall. It's okay.
Yeah, that's
And I
all.
think Oni Lorcan is just like the same kind of thing. Like he just tweets like he's yelling all the time because he's just an intense dude. And
Yeah.
so, did you see the tweet that he posted after all the NXT shirts got
No, I
released? He was like,
didn't. I didn't. Yeah.
oh, "Dude, I will send it to you. It's fucking hilarious." It was like, WWE shirt guy forgot to make me a shirt, so I made my own. It's now I'm gonna go kick his ass. It's just really, really, really funny, and it's he's at underscore star destroyer, and destroyer is in all caps, obviously. It says WWE t-shirt guy didn't make me a shirt, so I just kicked his ass and made one for myself. And it's clearly the photo from his his profile page on the WWE Superstars page.
Yeah.
And he did a really janky version of MS Paint or something, and
Uh-huh.
like drew a jankified red shirt with black letters that say Oni, and it's just perfect. This tweet is everything that I need the internet to be. Like if everything on the internet was this good, I would absolutely not hate the internet. But not
I'm gonna have
everything
to
is as
check it
good
out.
as. Oh, I'm sending it to you right now in our little group. So
Yeah.
I need you to look at this because it's also, can I just marry him? Like he's the best. Don't
You,
tell Shayna.
I about to say you
Or
gotta make up your mind.
look. No, I don't. That's the beauty of love. You can love who you love as long as you love.
Oh yeah, this is janky as shit. This is definitely janky.
Speaking of
Wow.
love who you love as long as you love, can we just give a little props to Candice LeRae herself for winning that very first opening card, like our opening match, like we said, but also her and Johnny Gargano just celebrated their 3 anniversary. Pretty cool.
Oh man, that's cool. Yeah.
But
Holy shit.
so yeah, the Oni Lorcan t-shirt design tweet is priceless. I think if you're not already following him, you should do yourself a favor. I get updates, like I get announcements as soon as he tweets something else,
You know
just
what?
because.
I just marked like notifications. So whenever
Yeah,
he tweets, I'll get a notification.
he is hilarious. Like I just can't stop. I just love him so much. And I will never forget that he is the dude that took my picture of me and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa when we were riding Cars Land together. So I love Oni Lorcan forever. And he was
That
wearing a
is what's up.
DIY shirt that day. It's brilliant. But back to AEW. So they just announced their tag team championship tournament bracket that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
coming up. Um, on one side, you have the Young Bucks versus Private Party. Very interesting to see that they're up against each other, by the way, since the Young Bucks are continuously praising Private Party. Much deserved, but it'll be interesting to see who survives that particular bout.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that they kind of put the two younger tag teams up against two very seasoned and veteran and well-known tag teams,
Yeah.
because they also have the Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express. So
Uh-huh.
the winner of each of those is going to face each other, which I think is, any way you look at it, it's going to be pretty good. And then
Yeah.
on the other side of the bracket, We have Chucky T and Trent as the best friends versus any combination of SCU. So we don't know who it's going to be. We don't know which two of the three are going to be in the ring. Um, and then the Dark Order has a first round bye. So Dark Order will face whoever wins between Best Friends and SCU. And then Young Bucks Private Party. Man, I don't know. I don't know how that could go.
I don't know who can come out with that. Um, I personally think, I think, oh man, that would be such an upset if Jurassic Express beat the Lucha Brothers, which I believe they will.
I
I
kind of
think,
feel like they will too because, like, never mind, they had the best selling shirt at ProWrestlingTees.com,
hmm
but until the little bit of bubbly shirt got released. But
oh yeah, that neck beard shirt, yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, I can't wait to start working there again this November. I mean, I'm guessing I'm going to because whenever they get busy, I help out because I have free time all winter. Just so I could start sending you more pictures. I feel like that was my highlight of every time
Oh
I've
yeah,
ever worked there.
I've seen some dumb shit. Oh man, yeah. So, but I think Jurassic Express will beat Lucha Brothers all because Ortiz and what's the name of their Homicide are there. I
Yeah,
feel like they're gonna interrupt and cost them the match, and
yeah,
yeah. So, but yeah, my pick. I don't know. I'm either rooting for Private Party or Jurassic Express. I think Jurassic Express would be the like money. Like, all right, you want to
right.
sell like crazy merchandise? Then yeah, Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
basically the
I'm with it.
checks are gonna write themselves.
Yeah, it's right there in front of them. We just gotta wait and see what the fuck they're gonna do. But
Boy and his dinosaur.
yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
So let me see. Let's go down the list. Oh, big cast again. Yeah. Um, normally I don't like talking about that other guy.
Right.
Because I think he's a douchebag and probably one of the worst rappers of all time. That's why I posted the John Cena video on my IG of him rapping, and John Cena is the greatest white rapper to ever live. Um, but
I'm sorry. I've seen Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch live.
oh, now you're showing your age.
Girl, I
You
was
got
12. I got boxers autographed by Mark Wahlberg. It was a big deal.
that's crazy. Oh Lord.
Yep.
But yeah, but I do appreciate him giving us an update on his partner slash I would hope friend. You
Yeah,
know?
like they tag team partners? Current, former? I didn't know
Yeah.
how to put that in our notes, but yeah, Big Cass had a big meltdown, and it's kind of scary because it came out of nowhere. It involved Joey Janela, and like it was just
Yeah.
basically he he just had a bit of a breakdown backstage at a WrestlePro event, and I mean he did release a public apology um, for his outburst, and
Mhm.
he is looking to get professional help, which
That's good.
that's all you can ask for. Basically started acting really erratic and aggressive with everybody backstage, and he started like basically wanted to fight Joey Janela because Janela and Redacted have a beef together over a Blink 182
Yeah.
concert. Like, which
Yeah.
can we talk about how stupid wrestling can be sometimes?
Yeah.
Like, I always feel insulted when people like shit talk wrestling, and then I think about stuff like that, and I go, oh, that's why. Okay, that's why they think we're all idiots. I mean, clearly the naysayers are wrong. We're not idiots. Just sometimes some of us, you know.
hmm Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
But shout out to that dumb shit for posting the update and saying, like, hey, he's trying to get help and stuff like that, and he apologized and blah blah blah. Cause
Yeah,
yeah,
Pat Buck decked him and restrained him and brought him outside, like legit knocked him out with one punch. So, Pat Buck was wrestling his final match with WrestlePro,
uh-huh.
and he basically physically removed him from the building. police showed up. I mean, it was kind of crazy. He didn't end up getting arrested. I believe he did leave in a ambulance, so he definitely got medical treatment, right?
Yeah.
Just scary.
Yeah, definitely super duper scary, but I hope he's all good, man. You know, like I said, might not agree with the things that Big Cass does like outside the ring, his uh beliefs and things, but
Mm-hmm.
I always thought he was a decent wrestler, and I thought that he was going to get some type of push, you know, especially after doing the whole Daniel Bryan thing, and then of course him just getting released like that kind of out the blue was just like, oh shit, you know. And of
Well,
course the other stuff that he was doing too, which is I don't condone at all, or allegedly or whatever with the whole Carmella thing, but yeah,
right.
like
I mean,
yeah,
here's the thing though. When you think about why he quote unquote, his like ripping the door off
yeah,
the
that was crazy.
lavatory on the WWE bus. I mean, like things like that, like just like kind of losing his shit on the wrestlers. I mean, this is something that's he probably has needed to deal with and it really sucks that it got to this point that had to be like at the lowest of lows, but it's also
Yeah,
important for his health and safety that it's happening now. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
not letting it build to any worse, because who knows what could happen.
yeah. So Big Cass, get your shit together, man, and get back in the ring and stuff like that. So yeah, apparently I guess the internet's like pissed off about Rusev. I don't know why.
Well, okay, so on Monday night on Raw, everybody kept telling me, "Oh my God, Raw's the best I've ever seen. Raw's the best I've ever seen. It's so good. It's so good." I guess Paul Heyman had virtually 100% to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a lot of really awesome, very Heyman-esque moments on Monday Night Raw. But one
Mm-hmm.
thing in particular that I found interesting was Maria Kanellis and Mike Kanellis had a gender reveal party.
Yeah, I
First
heard
off,
about that.
can we stop celebrating gender? What the hell is wrong with people that they
Ah,
are throwing parties?
like you should be happy that it's alive and healthy. Like do it
Yeah.
like do it
And
really matter if it's a boy or a girl? Like, you
And you know
know.
what? If I had a little boy that wanted to wear pink and purple and glitter and lime green or all black or zebra stripe, like I wouldn't give a shit as long as,
Yeah.
little duder was happy and healthy. And if I had a
Right.
girl that wanted to wear all blue and brown and, you know, like masculine quote unquote colors, I would be like, cool, dude, wear what you want.
You
And
know
if,
what?
like, why does it matter?
I think we should go into the business of this like gender reveal stuff, but instead of like pink and blue balloons, we just give them like just a random color and just have them be confused of what shit is going to be.
Yeah. And
You
it'd
know,
be
so
like,
they
it's purple.
yeah, we don't
But
know.
so
Yeah, we don't know what that
is it a
means.
boy or is it a girl? I mean, also,
Yeah.
why is gender something that people are celebrating? Like, how about, like you said, Patrick, happy, healthy, It's so weird. And then for this to be like the storyline where it's Mike and Maria are having a baby boy, right? And the father is Ricochet. Then Mike Kanellis gets his ass kicked, squash
Yeah.
match, boom. And then no psych, it was Rusev all along. Although Rusev never denied or confirmed, and people are
Yeah.
like, "This is how you're gonna bring him back to Monday Night Raw?" Is in a terrible baby daddy storyline. Like, haven't we had enough of those that were awful? By the way, Jason Jordan can't wrestle again. Can we
Oh
just like?
yeah.
It's not a good idea.
Which I'm still pissed off about that because I always said it should have been Chad Gable. I know they were trying to push Jason Jordan, but it just didn't make any fucking sense. Yes, I know Kurt Angle had a black girlfriend back, especially during the time when he was in TNA and popping Percocets and pills and perk. We was Perk Angle, but
Perk
um,
angle. Oh my
but
gosh.
but I always thought that Chad Gable fit that description. And if they would have done that from the get go, Chad is not hurt. They could have still been running that whole, spill.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't mind Rusev coming back. I didn't give a fuck how he came back, as long as he was back. And number two, he was in fantastic shape. Like
Oh yeah.
that's the best Rusev has ever looked. And I've been watching him ever since he was Alexander Rusev back in NXT, and he used to wrestle barefoot and all types of dumb shit. But yeah, like who cares? And that's one thing I will say about Paul Heyman, um, introducing all these characters that like literally came back out the blue, like Altars of Pain, which were another one. And I
That
know,
was a really interesting promo as well. And did you know that they were both uh Razor and Akim were both speaking different languages?
yes,
I
yes,
didn't I mean honestly I couldn't figure out. I had to Google and see what they were speaking in because I mean I'm not familiar with either of those.
yeah.
And they were the story they were weaving was pretty interesting. It was like a good story, I thought. And the fact that they were speaking completely different languages I thought was pretty interesting and pretty cool.
Yeah, so I can't wait for them to come back because low key the well it's been for a while the tag division in WWE has kind of been pissed for a while, and then they start throwing these random ass teams together like fucking Ziggler and Rude and stuff like that. So it's good to see an actual tag team back. Hopefully they
Hmm.
bring back Paul Ellering as well with them. I always thought he was
Right.
I thought he was a good fit for them.
You know, another thing that was interesting I thought that happened on Monday night, we're not going to go super into Raw unless you want to,
Oh
is
yeah.
the graphics being upside down.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. At first I thought it was just the edible
Yeah.
that I had that day. But yeah, it's little things like that to make, this Bray Wyatt character um interesting.
Hmm.
And I'm glad I'm glad everybody wasn't there. Vince wasn't there, Kevin Dunn wasn't there, Triple H wasn't there. Both shows seemed like they were okay, and I knew Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn wasn't there because Offset was there on Tuesday. And
Right.
when were they like a fucking like rapper like that in the ring? And I know he was out there
Wearing
introducing
Ric
Flair and stuff.
Flair's robe, by the
Yeah,
way. And
yeah,
also a pink robe. A
yeah,
very manly man wearing another very manly man's pink robe. Fuck you and your gender constraints.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, they didn't let the black people on the show. So it's Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn are definitely not in the building. So
Yeah.
shout out to Paul Heyman for shaking
And
it up a
Eric
little bit,
Bischoff.
and Eric Bischoff as well. Even though there is a backstage thing that he's kind of the running joke and SmackDown just because he's not really familiar with the product, what's been going on for years.
Oh yeah, but
So
is WWE? I mean, is there any
yeah, they haven't.
continuity?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. So
Um,
yeah. Let me see.
so yeah, everybody was kind of pissed off about how Rusev got brought back, and I gotta say, I don't blame anybody. I did really enjoy the Firefly Funhouse
Yes. Oh,
bits.
yes. That's what I meant to talk about. Paul Heyman did the genius move of taking it back to how it was back in the days. Always leave on a cliffhanger. Every Raw back in the '90s, in our era, whatever Attitude Era, if you
Hmm.
want to say, it always ended on a cliffhanger with something happening in the ring, and that was a great way for them to do that. With first of all, shout out to the mayor who came back
Hmm.
and it made perfect sense because at first I'm like, why the fuck
Mayor
is
Glenn.
Kane? Why the fuck is Glenn Jacobs coming out to help Seth Rollins? But he's been killing all these. Bray's been killing all these like legends and stuff like that. So if you look at the history of Kane, like he's definitely like the big red machine,
Hmm.
and for him to take him out, because number one, what we see Bray doing would never happen to a guy like the Undertaker, which I think it should. I think he should beat the shit out of the Undertaker because it's Undertaker's time to ride off the Old Town Road, and
Well,
you know,
and speaking of time, the clock went from 3:16 to when Bray destroyed it to being 11:19, which I think we may have mentioned this when I was wasted. I don't remember, but that was the Undertaker's debut on Survivor Series.
see, I didn't even catch that.
Oh yeah, I'm a creep.
Oh no, 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 you're
I
good.
was like I was like, whoa, 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 that clock said 3:16, and then he like beat the shit out of it, and it went to 11:19. I'm like, why is that familiar? What would 11:19 be? November. November is what? November is Survivor Series. And then I confirmed on the Google machines. I was like, okay, I'm not the only Lady Mark that's thinking this, because like every wrestling gossip site was talking about it. I was like, whew, cool. I'm a creep.
Hmm.
I gotta go
So,
out more.
so I wonder if him destroying Kane like that will be the gateway to bring Taker into the
I think
funhouse.
I really think that that's what they're leading to. Honestly, I think it's going to be something with Bray Wyatt and Undertaker somehow at Survivor Series.
Good for them because I still think Bray should have won at that one WrestleMania. I think he should have been the second guy to defeat the Undertaker, especially because he was such a mysterious character. You know, he was supposed to be scary, but I'm glad they didn't do that and
Mm-hmm.
they waited for this Fiend character to become what it is. And like I said, it was just a perfect way to end Raw with Bray out there destroying Kane and then like all up in Seth Rollins' face and stuff, just laughing and stuff like that. So I thought that was super cool, and kudos to Paul Heyman for doing that, and that was super dope.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
I'm trying to think what else do we have here. Let me oh this fucking stupid net beard, Brad Shepard. Okay,
Oh God, can we just set
okay,
him on fire?
all right. First of all, I have him blocked now. Um, I've had him blocked for quite some time, but I remember he would post these stories, and I remember this must have been I was saying like a month or so, like maybe a month and a half ago. Um, I was calling him out on every story that he got wrong. Like he literally
Right.
posted like maybe 6 or 7 stories back to back, and they were all wrong. And even up to this last pay per view, I like even when you block people, you can kind of like see their tweets still. Like you can select if you
Mm-hmm.
want to see it. So I went to see what he was talking about, and before Clash of Champions, he tweeted, "Oh, Charlotte is there, and she's gonna be wearing
Oh yeah, the pink and blue stuff.
yeah."
Ugh.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I remember because I know another podcaster that does wrestling stuff, Matt Coon. Um, I remember listening to this Brad Shepard on his show, and I remember DMing him a while back, like, bro, you need to. I don't think that dude's a WWE insider, but look, I don't think it was just me doing it. He also said people like Disco Inferno and just all these other people just started hitting him up and was like, "Yo, that dude is full of shit. Like, there's no way you should have had that dude on your show." So he actually apologized about it, I think last week, and yeah, that dude is full of shit. He was so
Like,
wrong about the Sasha thing. Like,
so that's
um,
what's crazy, because like I gotta be honest, I didn't think that that was like the Sasha and Bailey throwing temper tantrums. I mean, it surprised me, but I was also just like, well, maybe they were really upset because they fought really hard for. But I mean, the way that it got reported everywhere was like,
yeah,
if they were upset, like, were they throwing temper tantrums because they were throwing temper tantrums, or because they were women that were pissed off and so they were labeled as throwing temper tantrums? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, and was completely wrong by that because if you saw the Sasha Banks Chronicle, then you know exactly what happened. But
Right.
those guys like Brad Shepard and it's a couple other guys that I won't name because you're cool with them, Dick Riders.
Uh,
Um,
not, and there's a one or two that I'm definitely not cool with.
yeah. So like those guys, like I you know how I feel about them, but Brad Shepard is that's why I was like, what the fuck do you gotta be to be a fucking WWE insider? Just white and fat? Like I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm
No,
you know
and that's
what?
not me being. I mean, first off, don't body shame people, babe. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like,
Okay.
it's cool.
What do you
But I
gotta
mean, you
be?
just,
White in the
what I
neck
meant,
beard?
what I meant to be is you just basically got to be a white male, and then
A
boom.
white male that has a fucking well, Brad Shepard doesn't have a beard, but he probably shaved it before he became Brad Shepard. And musty, dude, that's what I gotta do and just sit up and make stupid stories. And like I said, he's one of those guys that will put out two versions of the stories, and if he hits like if he's lucky about it, he'll delete the other one. So when you look
Mm-hmm.
down his timeline, it looks like he's been right the whole time. But it's like, no, you're just throwing shit to the wall and seeing what sticks. And once again, I apologize for saying the word fat and calling Brad Shepard fat, but I don't like Brad Shepard, and I don't like people like that because it's people like him that make me not like looking at like wrestling news and stuff like that.
Well,
Like,
there's a lot of wrestling journalists that I feel like actually do give a crap and do
yeah,
care and do want to cover it and give it like it's, do
yeah.
like
No, dude's just
service.
a
Like,
dick rider. No, that dude's a dick rider, just chasing. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what he's trying to do, but dude's definitely a dick rider for WWE. And I know um, he was like so happy on the timeline that Jeff Jarrett followed him. It's like, okay, like
well,
big
listen, I
shit.
got followed by Malort this
Yeah,
week, and
I
I
saw
sent it
that.
immediately to you and Shaggy.
Yeah,
I
I
was
saw
like,
that.
am I
You,
proud or am I annoyed that they're
you,
like on Twitter so often they see me talk about them all the
you
time
know
now?
what's crazy is I'm surprised they wasn't following you to begin with. You should have been the number one follower. So I don't know what the fuck that
this
was about.
this is how you know. This is how
Yeah,
you know.
but hey,
Um,
dreams come true, and it finally happened. And I think they should get. I think they should give you a case of Malort every month.
I'm not upset about these ideas.
Yeah, I think they should give you one every month.
Well, anyway, uh, so the reason why we brought up the Brad Shepard BS is because the less than truthful things he spewed about Sasha. But
Mhm.
there is definitely something that was very, very true. There is no way that this wasn't some guy trying to cop a fucking feel when
Okay,
she went over the barricade at Clash of Champions.
okay,
I was absolutely livid when I saw that. And granted, I was
yeah.
drinking and I was with Vinnie Mac. I was just like,
Mhm.
oh. And then I saw the gif of it, GIF, whatever the fuck kids call it.
We
Like,
call it a gift. We'll say it's a gift.
okay, cool. It's a GIF. And this dude straight up reaching out to touch her butt. There is no way he was trying to help her out, as some people
Right.
claimed. Because what is he going to do with the tips of his fingers?
No,
Is he going to lift
no.
her up?
I didn't seen some very horny people in my life. Okay, that was not what he was trying to do. Was definitely not trying to help because he had his phone out and he was making a video
Yeah, he
of
was
him
trying to
trying
like
to
cop a feel
yeah,
of her
and
ass.
like you can even see like just his facial expressions like was like mischievous. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
But yeah,
yeah.
one of those. Yeah, and I feel like I know Sasha Banks said something like I'm suing. I hope she does. I hope she finds out who that person is and that guy is not allowed at any WWE events because that's not cause for. And I know it's not her job to do it. I really wish Becky would have fucking like smacked that fucking dude.
Here's the thing though, if Becky does that, she runs the risk of being sued by a
Yeah.
creepy asshole.
Yeah,
And
creepy
this is
asshole with a
this is where
fucking
it's
private
so
tat.
infuriating to be a woman is you feel sometimes I feel really fucking helpless. And I'm a pretty balls out woman. Like I will call you out if you are inappropriate in any
Yeah.
way, whether it be verbal communication or just your looks and your leering and you're trying to touch. Like I will call you out and I will either straight up tell you no, that's wrong, or I will have no problems publicly shaming you and reminding you to call your mama if you even know who she is. Like, I have no problems because you have no right, no matter what I'm wearing, no matter how drunk I am. If unless I give you permission to ever touch me, you are never, ever, 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 ever allowed to touch me in any way or any person. And
Yeah.
this fucking guy made me livid. But if Becky would have done something, next thing you know, she could have gotten in trouble. WWE could have gotten in trouble. Security at the venue could have gotten in trouble. And all these fucking people would have been dealing with some bullshit asshole trying to sue them. So I hope that Sasha does press charges in some
Yeah.
way
See,
if
but
he
see,
actually physically did touch her.
that's the thing. Like, I think, oh shit, I just lost train of thought. All right, what he did completely wrong. Like I said, he should be banned, like for life. Like, There's no place for guys with fucking tribal tats and all types of,
Okay,
just
that's not that's not it. You can have
okay,
terrible
maybe that's not it.
tattoos,
Yeah, you can have terrible
but
tattoos. You just can't
you
be doing.
cannot touch somebody, whether
You
you're
can't.
male, female, or
Yeah,
anything in
at
between.
all. Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was
guys
trying to
and
get at.
gals and non-binary pals don't deserve to be touched unless they
Yeah.
want to be touched, and nobody should be touching without consent. I know people always say consent is sexy, which is true, but consent is essential. Like,
Mhm.
excuse me, essential. I can't even talk. I'm so angry. Like,
No,
you
what
cannot. I I'm 100% stone cold sober right now, and not like, oh hell yeah, stone cold. Like, I'm very very sober right now, and I'm
I'm not.
so angry that this is a thing that happens continuously.
I think WWE needs to go back and hire guys like that one security guard that was there. I know he passed away not that long ago, but the guy that always wore the fucking leather hat. He was
Mm-hmm.
always like that big dude. You need to put some menacing motherfuckers in the like right there to combat that, or it's gonna get to a point like, well, I hope it never happens. But shit, what if they put like ice? Well, not ice, but like imagine like they had the ring and then like the glass like for hockey, and
Mm-hmm.
then the fucking wrestlers never go in the crowd because you got fucking dumbasses wanting to like grab butts. And I know I saw this one thing where Roman Reigns was saying like women were trying to grab his junk when he was coming through the crowd,
Oh
all
yeah,
the
it's
time.
not okay. But
Yeah,
I mean, it happens all the time for, both male and female wrestlers alike. I mean, it's never okay. I mean, I as a ring announcer and backstage correspondent, and then in between I'm doing like the getting the belts and getting the gear. I've had people like put their hands and slip them around my waist, and I'm like, "What? Who gives you the right?" Like, I always ask people, and I'm very affectionate. I love high-fiving people. I love giving hugs. Like, I love receiving hugs if you ask me. And this is why it's making me so angry. Like, I can't tell you. I can think of at least, like, just off the top of my head, like five, six very huge names in female wrestling that have, like, looked at me while people were basically groping them, like hugging them, but wrapping their arms so hard around them. It was hard for them to, like, move in any way whatsoever. And them just
yeah,
looking at me. And then I had to interrupt and be like, hey, Poison Apple. I'm looking at my Snow White Poison Apple right now, and I don't want to use any wrestlers' names
right,
and make
right,
them feel uncomfortable. But I was like, hey, Poison Apple, what's up, girl? And then they like, oh, hey. And it like gets them away from the creep.
right,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm friends with a lot of female wrestlers because I've done that. Like, I've straight up gone up to them and been like, hey there, annual pass holder. I'm looking at a Mickey Mouse magnet right now.
of
Like,
course,
girl, I got a whole collection.
yeah,
There's Figment, there's Chef Minnie, there's Daisy, there's the Hitchhiking Ghost. Oh yeah, I'm a mess. But like, hey there, annual pass holder, how you been? Oh, I miss you, girl. And I've never talked to them before in my life, and that's how we became friends because they
yeah,
felt safe to get away from a creep. And I've had male wrestlers have the same issue where people will just like go up and grab their junk, and it's like, what is wrong with human beings? It's ugh. And
yeah,
also, like, somebody just hire Vinnie Mac to be ring security. He's super subtle and super nice, but he will destroy people. Like, he
yeah.
was
See,
security for the Chicago Cubs for almost 2 decades. Like, he was also like, I'm super upset that anybody thinks it's okay to touch another person, especially like Sasha Banks just came back. Like, we should be supportive, not combative.
right.
But also, like, that's where he and I always sit. So he's like, man, if we were there, that wouldn't have happened. We would have put him down to the ground. And I was like, oh, you're so right. I would have smacked his phone out of his hand.
Yeah, see, that's yeah, like, and I tell you this all the time. Like, that's the only thing I hate about like going to shows, and it's not just indie shows, but as you can see on fucking WWE TV, you got some drunk fucking hornball trying to cop feels and shit, and I think that's totally inappropriate. And I hope you know what. I'm pretty sure his name will come up in Squared Circle on Reddit. The detectives are out and they're looking for this dude. Trust me, a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
people feel the same way that we feel, and I don't think that was appropriate at all. So fuck that dude. And if you happen to be a listener to this show, don't listen to our fucking show. Fuck you. Go listen to fucking Brad Shepard's show.
Yeah. And also get your tattoos removed because they're fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Drink your
so,
monster. Yeah. So
um, all right. So with Raw, there's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
lot of changes that happen as SmackDown Live moves to Fox on Friday nights. So one of the things that we've been talking a lot on this show, because obviously commentary is very important to us.
Yeah.
Um, Grave and Cole are all but confirmed. Graves and Cole are all but like confirmed for SmackDown Live on Fox.
Uh-huh.
Renee is looking to be on the FS1 show. It's going to be a WWE studio show, which is right up her alley.
Yeah.
I think she's been making great strides in commentary, but I think this is a really good fit for her as
Oh,
well.
this,
And
yeah, yeah, for sure.
it
Yeah.
absolutely leaves the door open for her to do more in commentary, maybe in a different way. But so like the big thing that we've been, chit chatting about is who's going to stay, who's going to be the voices of Raw. And now the new thing that I saw today that you and I were chatting about quite a bit, and Shaggy also chimed in. Shaggy wasn't able to do the show tonight, but he definitely also chimed in. Um, Vic Joseph and Dio are who
Yeah.
they're talking about putting in on Raw. And so I'm just all, what about my baby daddy? I mean, not baby daddy, but you know what I
Whoa,
mean.
whoa.
You know what I
You
mean.
I mean, you got some secrets I don't know about? What's
No,
going
no,
on?
no,
Yeah.
no. Calm down, Rusev. Everything's
Okay.
fine.
I was like, oh, okay.
No, no.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I love Brian. Jesus fuck. I'm reading this Brian Shepard thing right above it.
Yeah.
Um, I love Byron Saxton so much, and I'm so sad that
He's really
he's not.
good. I think he's
He's
really
really
good.
good, especially when he's not just like the like doormat to Corey Graves. Like, I think Byron is a really good commentator, and he's really good at face, and he's silly, and he's lighthearted, but he calls a good call.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dio Madden, who, I'm stoked for. Like, I think it's cool to see fresh blood pumped in, but wow, it's gonna be really weird to
Yeah,
not
it
have
is.
Byron Saxton on Raw or
Yeah.
SmackDown.
And it's crazy because I thought Michael Cole was about to step away,
Dude, I
but
know.
looks like he's around for a little bit. And another thing that's crazy is before this stuff came out, I still listen to like other, wrestling podcasts. And I was listening to Taz shit this week, unfortunately, because he was kind of off the, I don't know, probably grandpa's cough medicine or something. I don't know.
Uh oh.
But he made someone asked him like, does he miss commentating? He was just like, yeah, I do, of course. And he said that he was currently in talks with a couple companies about coming back to do something. And a part of me was like, oh damn, they're probably gonna bring back Taz to SmackDown for this new for this new lineup, to bring in like a familiar face to but it seems like that's not the case, and Taz went and cleared that up on his show where he's like, yeah, I would never do commentating for WWE ever again.
Oh wow.
Just because he doesn't like to be micromanaged. He was just like, it was just too
Yeah.
much for me, and he was like, I just had way more fun when I was on TNA. They let me kind of be what I want to be. So I'm wondering, okay, that only leaves Impact again. That leaves, of course, AEW, but they're so packed with people. And I don't think they need a panel of fucking old hags with fucking JR, Tony Schiavone, and Taz. And of course, I know they still got Excalibur, who I think is the only person that should seriously be up on there. And Golden Boy's really good too. I personally don't want to hear Jim Ross call every match in AEW. Like
Right.
the main event, I would love for him to do it, or or something that has like a big surprise, like who the hell is that? Oh my god! Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By God, is that what you're saying?
yeah, right, yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
it's really
but
interesting because Dio Madden just started, and so to move him to Raw, like there's got to be something that they see in this guy.
yeah,
I
they
mean, they
throwing him
just
right in the pond. They throwing
yeah,
him.
dude, and they just give him a T-shirt, and the T-shirt was like 205 Live colored scheme
Yeah.
kind of because it's like silver and like swoopy looking logo with like purple, and it very much screams like cruiserweights. But I
Hmm.
mean, good for him. He's got his own shirt. You can buy it on www.shop.com. Um, but really, it's just kind of crazy. I hope Byron Saxton doesn't just bounce, period. But um, So, in other WWE news, before we get to a couple of the bummer things,
Yeah.
Carmella is making her own wine. She just released it. It's called Capo Cagna, I believe. There's a Chardonnay, Cabernet available, and no worries, Rosé is on the way. Which that was her
Oh,
tweet.
okay.
Yeah, little Rosé
Okay.
on the way.
I'll definitely
Um,
check it out. I've been drinking a lot of rosé lately, so
nice. Yeah, I
just
mean, but
trying to be classy.
props to Miss Mela. Mela
Yeah.
is money, and now Mela is vino.
Yeah.
Um, Happy birthday to the aforementioned Renee Young. It was
Happy
her birthday
birthday.
today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Congratulations to Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer Tori Wilson, who
Oh
married
yeah.
Justin Tupper today in Sedona. He is a CEO and founder of Revolution Golf. So
Okay.
we don't
Never knew
have
that.
all negative stuff to say. Sometimes we're positive, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have a lot of injuries and stuff to mention. I wasn't really surprised to see a spoiler alert, by the way. Did anybody not watch NXT by now? Can we say what
If you
happened on
yeah, I
USA?
mean, if you haven't watched NXT, yet, who gives a shit? You're still gonna hear the spoiler.
Yeah,
'Cause
well, and also we've been killing time enough that if you didn't want to hear this, you should turn it off.
right,
So,
yeah. Spoiler
um,
alert.
spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Um, Adam Cole's prediction of Undisputed Era, draped in gold, dripping
Hmm.
in gold, whatever you want to say, came to fruition last night because now they have all the belts
Hmm. Yes.
because Roderick Strong defeated Velveteen Dream in a banger of a match.
Yeah,
I thought it
good
was a
fucking
great
match.
match.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised that they had Dream get beat on the inaugural USA episode. But then when I heard that he isn't cleared to wrestle, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, then yeah, I
oh,
understand.
something's up with his lumbar region, so like his back. So he's gonna have some X-rays and some tests done. But he was walking around fine, but he's been having some issues lately, I guess, and so they didn't want to keep the belt on him in case they had to have him sit for a while.
Yeah.
So another wrestler that is out for a couple weeks, which is a big time bummer in my opinion. Um, if you're a fan of the Indies, you're very much familiar with his work. But Joaquin Wild, also known as DJZ,
DJZ. Yeah.
yeah. I guess at some training session, there was like a freak accident that happened, and he has a broken eye socket.
What?
Now, yeah,
Oh
WW is,
man.
yeah, dude, it's gonna require surgery, so he's gonna be out for a few more weeks. And WWE officials were trying to like let it breathe, as it were, because they didn't know if it was as severe as it is. But yeah, in fact, it needs surgery to correct it. So,
That's
man,
crazy.
I'm not like really a thoughts and prayers kind of gal personally, but definitely positivity your way,
Yeah.
DJZ.
Yeah.
Like
Thoughts.
all
Which
my
is your
thoughts,
thoughts.
yeah,
Yeah.
all my thoughts, because he is such a good dude and he is a killer talent in and out of the ring. Um, so on the upside, it looks like that Sheamus and the Usos are rumored to be returning shortly. Sheamus, of course, I'm not sure what's going on with the Usos as far as injuries and such.
Hmm.
Um, but Sheamus has been out for a while due to spinal stenosis, which is
Mm.
a pretty scary thing. It's basically when your neck starts fusing to itself,
Yeah.
if I'm
Oh
not mistaken,
man.
which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we haven't seen the Usos in a while, especially after Jimmy's DUI. What is it? His
Yeah, kind of like
third
the
one, fourth one, fifth
yeah,
one?
something like that. And the momentum kind of went down, after that
Right.
happened. So
But Sheamus has been doing great, I guess, while he was rehabbing and recovering. He lost like 40 pounds.
oh man.
Yeah. I'm like, where the fuck did he lose it from?
Yeah, for real. Like
I mean,
I'm
I watch a lot of his
workout.
yeah, his workout videos, or his YouTube channel is really awesome, I think. If you're looking for ideas for workout, basically uh Sheamus does a lot of workouts with the what do you call it? It's like various. It's basically like the Celtic Warrior channel is him and various predominantly WWE wrestlers, but there's a lot of different athletes that he works with. It's really awesome, and it'll be like different ones. Like I just pulled it up right now. 2 days ago, he put out a little shorty video of Asuka with a hex bar doing deadlifts, which, when you're looking for
Yeah.
something new to do at the gym, just check it out. It's a really great YouTube channel. So if you're not already following Celtic Warrior, I strongly suggest it.
I
And
think I will. I think I will
yeah,
because I started following Oscar's channel. Oh, and it's very
oh my
entertaining,
God, I love her channel so much.
very entertaining. So,
Can we talk about how I want you to write music just so she could play it on the recorder?
oh man, I would love that. Yeah, I don't know what she was trying to do that one, and it was just a all around good show. I like her YouTube
God,
channel.
oh my God, she's so funny. Please follow her if you don't. She's just the cutest, and she just has a good laugh. But also, according to Triple H, Champa is really close to returning, which he just put out a hype video yesterday, today, something like that. Tommaso Ciampa. Did you
Yeah.
see it?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, because he's
Yeah.
definitely a big dog in the NXT thing, that they got going on. He's him, of course, Gargano, those guys would never go up, like just keep them NXT and build that. And I
But
kind of
here's
want
the
him to get
thing.
Goldie
Do they
back.
have Oh God, I so want him to have Goldie back. By the way, somehow I ended up with two Tommaso Ciampa shirts when I was at the Evolve show.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they accidentally gave me two because like I went to go wash it today and then I was gonna
Mhm.
cut the sleeves off and I like fluffed it out, like you know what's it called? Like when you shake out your shirt or whatever.
Oh, fluff it out, or I
Yeah,
guess,
just
yeah, yeah.
like I went to go like like I went to go foof it out.
With the,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And there was two shirts.
that's
So
cool.
if anybody is a medium, because they were out of smalls, if anybody is a medium and wants a Tommaso Ciampa shirt, like tweet at me or something like that, and I will gladly give it to you before I cut the sleeves off. Um,
I think you should keep it.
no, but I have two of them, and they're the
I
same
know.
exact
Once
ones.
two is better than one. You can have one. You can have one on, and then like you can kind of like do the other one when you do laundry. So it's
Yeah,
like
but
a
you don't.
never ending.
Wait, so what you're saying to me is you think I only have two wrestling shirts?
No,
I'm wearing one
no.
right now. Holy
I
shit,
know
fuck.
that. I don't think I've only seen you one time ever in life without a wrestling shirt on.
Now,
And
that's because we always go to wrestling shows together.
yeah, but even like when we're at Nisei, you have at least a freelance. Like you have like something wrestling related on. The
Yeah.
only time I would say I didn't see you in wrestling related stuff was I want to say Warrior 3, and you were doing that was like when you started doing the backstage stuff. You didn't have like you were wearing yellow. I
Yeah,
remember that.
I usually wear black and yellow, which is also appropriate for Champa. I
Yeah.
wear like the black and gold colors of
Warrior.
Warrior
Yeah.
Wrestling. I
Yeah.
try to incorporate it in every single outfit I wear when I work with them.
Yeah.
I don't typically wear logos when I work with them just because it's a different style of promotion than
Yeah.
freelance or freelance underground is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have more like business casual or whatever the fuck. It gives me an excuse to go out and buy these things I've heard of. They're called slacks.
Oh yeah, yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Who knew you could have pants to wear outside of the gym? But
I'm
anyway,
yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning as I go.
anyway, so if anybody wants this Tommaso Ciampa, it's like it's the play off the American flag with the black cart, and it's black and I wish it was bigger. I would give it to you, Patrick, but I don't think you'd want to wear a
I
medium.
don't think I wear a medium. I'm still losing weight. I'm still trying to get there. I gotta get on that Rusev plan.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
what I'm trying to do.
Machka.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess if you're listening, I want to see if people will actually tweet at me about this shirt. So I guess like, yeah, tweet at me about this shirt. And if you want it, I don't know, I'll pick somebody randomly, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying don't slide up into my DMs. Please, please don't do that.
Yeah,
Um,
please. Because if you do and I find out, I will hunt you down and kill you. I'm just gonna leave it as that.
yes, because my brother Patrick over here will stab you in your sleep and steal all your weed.
Yes.
Um, but
Wow.
yeah, I want to give this shirt to somebody and I don't want it to go to waste. And I don't need two Tommaso Ciampa shirts that look exactly alike.
Mm.
Because, okay, so one day my laundry in my apartment building was broken. So I went to the laundromat and I was folding my clothes, and every single shirt that I had was
Mhm.
either roller derby, Chicago sports, Disney, wrestling, or Iron Maiden.
Sounds about right.
Do you
That
want to
sounds.
guess how many Iron Maiden shirts I had in this load of laundry that I had not done for a while because our laundry was broken?
I want to say four shirts.
No, this was like 3 months that our laundry wasn't
Oh,
working, and they
three
kept
months.
saying that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm. Man, I kind of want to say like anywhere between 15 to 20.
19.
Wow.
19. Apparently, I've bought a shirt or two every single tour I've ever seen of theirs since I was a little girl. Because I had some that were from like 1983, because mom was
Mm-hmm.
old. And then I had
Oh,
some that were
relax.
from. And then
But
I
you,
had.
but you making it sound like when you saw them in '83, you were like 20.
No, I was 4.
All right, yeah. See, yeah, we just because some people like being into the show, like, damn, what the fuck, you Iron Maiden '83? Holy shit, you got to be a dinosaur. I don't want
Yeah.
people to think that. Jeez, you're
Listen,
you're
Grandma
young.
Capone is still a hip young kid. I've
Yeah,
learned how to say things like GIF and
yeah,
interweb.
yeah. And while you're doing that, I'm trying to find dye for my beard because I am getting grayer and
Just
grayer.
for men, bro.
Yeah, just and it's crazy because you know what? I call racism anytime I go to a store. All the other just for men's are just out. It's only the black dye that's fucking locked up.
What?
So I guess one day I don't know. The next time you see me, I might go into fucking Walgreens and steal some just for men, and I'm gonna have a red beard like Seamus.
Oh my
So
gosh, please get a red beard like Seamus.
oh my god, that would be crazy. I would look. I already look crazy, but I think that would just take it over the top.
Yeah,
So
I think so, my friend.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. Do you have any other wrestling news to talk about other than the Chicago scene report kind of
No,
stuff?
no, you can talk about the Chicago scene. There's really nothing else I can think of off the top of my head.
Don't touch people's butts.
Yeah,
Everybody get
don't,
healthy.
yeah, get healthy. And
Um,
I was
Shit
gonna make a
talking,
joke.
bitter shit talking isn't cool. Like you could talk some shit, but bitter shit
Yeah,
talking isn't cool. Although running commercials during debuts is cool.
yeah, like I was going to make a joke during your Velveteen Dream because you said something about his lumbar being hurt or something like that.
Uh
And I was
huh.
gonna say, hopefully they don't put him in a match against Cedric Alexander, so he'll do the lumbar
Oh,
attack. But just me, just being a comedian. I'm high. Please forgive me. All right, you can talk about the Chicago scene.
okay. So tomorrow night at Logan Square Auditorium,
Hmm.
doors are at 8 p.m. First bell at 9.
Yep.
Freelance Wrestling presents I Want to Believe, and I'm super freaking stoked for this. It's gonna be insane. Like, first off, the opening match, I'm so stoked for it. We always have a 6-person scramble or an 8-person scramble. We always start the night out with a person, like however many people scramble. Um, it's going to be the first time it's ever been all women. So,
Yeah.
pretty stoked for that. And, I got to be honest, the last show we had, I straight up was like, Matt Nix, what the F? Why are there no ladies on the card? Why is there no women's matches, no intergender, no tag team? What the fuck? Because
Hmm.
freelance is pretty awesome about just being like wrestling for everybody. We don't care about your gender, your race, your religion, your sexual identity, whatever. Like freelance is home.
That's for
Freelance for
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. But it's pretty cool. I'm really stoked for it. Jody Threat versus Elena Black versus Lainey Luck versus Misa Kate versus Cara Noya. Caranoia,
Mm-hmm.
and Blair Onyx. So that's going to be the first ever 6-woman scramble. Pretty damn
Mm-hmm.
stoked about it. Isaiah Velasquez, the ace, the definition. He's going to be taking on Jody Fleisch. That's going to be an insane match, I think. Um, then there, of course, is the excuse me, Eye Candy Elliott Freelance Legacy Title Open Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who's going to answer that call. It can't be Effie, is the only stipulation. So it'll
That,
be
yeah.
really, really, really interesting to see who answers it. Um, somebody
Man,
told me
it
that
better. Oh my God, it better not be Frank the Clown.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I
Somebody
know. I
asked
know.
me if
Yeah.
I was going to do it because I am the one that presented the belt to the world and I want
I
my
think you
belt
should.
back. And I was like, look, I don't know if you know this about me. I love wrestling, but I am not, no, like that's not a, no. Although I do want my belt back, I can be.
Yes.
So just saying. Um, so there's another excellent match on the card. First time ever, these two women will be facing each other. La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa is taking
Mm-hmm.
on Thick Mama Pump Jordan Grace.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gonna be sick. Um, all right, so there's gonna be tag team champions, the brand new tag team champions, I should say. Space Pirates of Space Monkey and Shane Saber are going to be taking on the Sea Stars. Super excited for that. Delmi XO and Ashley Vox. Project Monix is going to be taking on Carlos Romo as he makes his freelance wrestling debut. The Take It Home Wreckers are going to be facing Eric Cannon and two partners of his choosing that are unannounced yet. I don't even know who those are yet. Normally, at least I get a list so I can start thinking about promos to work. I have no idea who Cannon is calling up to take on Bucky and Darren Corbin and Kenny Sutra.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then also, let's see what else is. Oh, yeah, duh. Jesus, this is going to be really good, I think. The Freelance World title match Hornswoggle versus Ricky Shane Page versus
Oh,
All Ego Ethan Page.
that is gonna be a crazy match.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be dope.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be insane, and that's just tomorrow night. Now, this weekend is kind of one of the reasons why Chicago is definitely on the map for best places in the world to watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And Saturday night, it's going to be pretty much insane. Game of Genders is happening. Freelance and Freelance Underground presents Game of Genders. It's going to be Saturday, September 21st at Roma Sports Club, 9115 Roma Court in Frankfort, Illinois, 60423 for those of you that are wondering. It's a BYOB event, um,
Mm-hmm.
but there is like a snack bar that will have all the mixers for your alcohol needs. Bell time is at 8 o'clock, so I'd imagine doors are probably about 7. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean it's going to be really awesome. Kids 13 and under are only $10. I mean, it's going to be really good. I'm looking right here. Storm Grayson's taking on Blair Onyx. Um, GPA versus Sierra. Thunder Rosa versus Bryce Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh man, the 4-star Heroes versus the Sea Stars. Holy shnikes, I didn't even know that was going on. Um, Roy Gordon versus Elena Black. Tony Naz versus Hyen. This match alone, dude. These last two, I mean, every single match. But Isaiah Velasquez, excuse me, versus
Yeah.
Shotzi Blackheart. Oh, it's
Mm.
gonna be so good.
It seems like
Uh,
that's gonna be a great fucking event.
well, and Jordan Grace versus Craig Mitchell. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how does this happen in my lifetime? I'm so lucky that I get to live in a place that has so much awesome wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like insane. And then Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, at Taco Fest at Lakeview
Tacos.
Taco
Oh,
Fest.
I'm hungry right now. Ooh.
I know, dude. There's going to be Freelance Underground presents some wrestling outdoor at Taco Fest. So, I mean, it's this entire weekend is going to be like mind meltingly good wrestling all over Chicago.
Mm, that sounds like if you're out and about and you love wrestling, you should definitely hit all of these spots, all of them, every single one, everyone. And then of course it's Taco Fest, so go get a fucking taco too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's going to be just really good. I got to announce at Taco Fest last year, and
Hmm.
it's like one of the pride points for me personally because I grew up down the street from where Taco Fest is, and I got to
Hmm.
call wrestling on the street in my name like childhood neighborhood. Before we sign off, I just want to say props again to Willow Nightingale. She's going to be
Hmm.
making her triumphant return. Now, this is a couple months away, but I want to get it out there on November 2nd and 3rd. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Shimmer Weekend is happening in Berwyn, Illinois at the historic Eagles. Um, there's going to be like countless names of women's wrestling royalty. So you can't go wrong by going, but get your tickets because they're gonna sell out. They almost always do. And I'm super stoked for Willow Nightingale. She broke her fucking neck, man. Like,
Yeah,
and
that
she's
was
making her,
crazy.
yeah. So she's gonna be back in the Berwyn Eagles ring. And other than that, I just think everybody have a good weekend.
Yeah, that is what episode is this? 64, 65? What the fuck?
65.
You sure?
Yeah, I had to check the internet. The internet told me a thing.
All right. Well, there you have it. I guess we're 65 fucking 65. Yeah, 65 fucking episodes in. Um, I don't know if you noticed this, Val, but I took another edible while we were recording.
I'm sorry. I'm watching Kyle O'Reilly hug a puppy right now.
Hey, that sounds pretty good. That sounds very. I don't know, like because I'm eating this edible. I feel like if I watched that right now, that would probably make me cry
I
because
mean,
it's
it's
so.
really cute.
Yeah,
It's really, really
like
cute.
all I need is the Eyes of an Angel song playing in the background while he's holding the puppy. I forgot who was that, Sheryl Crow or whoever her fucking name is. I don't know. Yeah. Oh
No,
Lord.
it's not Sheryl Crow. Oh my god.
I don't know. All white.
Sam
All those.
McLaughlin.
They all look the same to
Oh
me.
my
I'm
god.
sorry.
That's racist.
That is definitely
Um,
racist. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So
well, I'm
yeah.
just gonna go chug some Malort since the Cubs lost today and
Yeah.
dream
Uh,
about freelance tomorrow.
yes. Yes. And I am. I want to take another edible. I don't know. I just feel great. I feel like I'm floating right now. So I'm going to do that. Val, is always a pleasure talking to you and stuff. And I think we're done.